In the sweepingly atmospheric, historically vivid, and breathlessly intimate literary masterpiece Land, New York Times best-selling phenomenon and Women's Prize for Fiction winner Maggie OFarrell, Hamnet, the Marriage Portrait, delivers a breathtaking triumph of historical fiction and maternal endurance. The novel brilliantly utilizes an agrarian sanctuary and ancestral trauma framework. Set against the rugged, unforgiving, and deeply textured landscape of the 19th century Irish countryside, the narrative centers on an exceptionally resilient matriarch determined to protect her family and her ancestral acreage from the encroaching greed of an indifferent aristocracy and the devastating, unyielding forces of nature. When a sudden, suspicious tragedy threatens to tear her family apart and strip them of the very soil that sustains them, she must summon an extraordinary well of inner strength to navigate a treacherous maze of local betrayals, class warfare, and deep-seated community secrets. OFarrell's signature prose is exceptionally lyrical, sensory, and dripping with an underlying appreciation for the visceral connection between human emotion and the natural world. The narrative employs a gorgeously layered, non-linear structure, shifting seamlessly between the hard-scrabble, dirt-under-the-fingernails realities of daily survival and the haunting, poetic memories of long-buried family secrets. OFarrell expertly weaponizes the historical reckoning and maternal defiance formulas, building an incredible, slow-burn tension as the boundaries between the living and the ghosts of the past begin to blur. Far from a conventional period piece, the book serves as a profound, beautifully textured study on the corruptive nature of colonial ownership, the enduring psychological weight of grief, and the ultimate realization that the land we cultivate holds the permanent, unyielding blueprint of our deepest loves and sacrifices. The audiobook format is an absolute tour de force for lovers of rich, character-driven historical literature, leveraging an incredibly immersive, deeply emotional narration performance that captures the rhythmic cadence and haunting atmosphere of OFarrell's world with flawless precision. The vocal delivery masterfully anchors the narrative's changing frequencies, perfectly translating the raw, fierce determination of the central matriarch, while contrasting it beautifully with the fragile, whispered vulnerabilities of her children and the cold, sharp arrogance of the landowning elite. The superb auditory pacing turns the rustle of the wind through the crops, the heavy silence of an isolated cottage, and high-stakes emotional confrontations into an exceptionally addictive audio binge that flows magnificently through headphones. It is a mandatory listen for fiction aficionados who crave the rich, atmospheric historical landscapes of Hilary Mantel, combined with the sharp, emotional intimacy of Douglas Stewart or Abraham Verghese. By the time the final act unleashes a rapid-fire sequence of devastating choices and a deeply moving emotional payoff, you will realize that Land is a definitive triumph, a brilliant, earth-centered map of absolute human resilience and ultimate survival.